The Silver Key. In the land of Valen, there was a small village at the end of a deep and dark forest. The villagers called it Whispering Woods. They told many stories about magic and ancient secrets hidden among the tall tree and the winding paths. Most people stayed away, fearing the unknown, but one young man named Tomas was different. He had a brave heart and a curious mind. Every day he walked near the forest, feeling a strange call of the unknown. One cold night, under a full, bright moon, Tomas went to a small, clear stream at the forest's edge. The water ran gently over smooth stones that shimmered in the moonlight. As he walked along the bank, Tomas saw something unusual. A key made of silver. It lay half buried in the soft mud, its surface shining with a quiet light. The key was heavy in his hand and had strange markings along its head. A small, colored gem was set in the middle of the key, and it glowed softly. At that moment, Tomas felt a warm pulse, as if the key had life of its own. He knew that the key was no ordinary object. It was a sign, a call for adventure. The next morning, Tomas could not stop thinking about the silver key. He turned it over in his hands and examined the markings, which reminded him of the legends his grandmother once told him. She had spoken of a hidden door deep in the forest, a door that led to a forgotten land of magic. At that land, an ancient and powerful tree once gave life and strength to the kingdom. But a dark force had stolen the tree's light long ago, and the magic began to fade. Only a brave soul with the silver key could unlock the hidden door and restore the old magic. Tomas decided that he must follow the call. Early the next day, he packed a small bag with bread, water, and a cloth to keep the key safe. With hope in his heart, he stepped into the Whispering Woods. The forest was vast and mysterious. Tall trees towered above him, their leaves rustling softly in the wind. Strange lights danced between the trunks as soft sounds filled the air. Every step into the forest deepened with his sense of wonder and his determination to discover the secret hidden within. The path soon became unclear. The ground was carpeted with fallen leaves and twisted roots, and the thick bushes blocked the way. Sometimes Tomas had to climb over the large stones to find narrow openings between the trees. Yet, in his hand, the silver key seemed to guide him. Whenever he felt lost or uncertain, he would hold the key, and its gentle warmth appeared to point him in a clear direction. The forest whispered its secrets in soft, rustling tones, and Tomas listened carefully, feeling as if the trees themselves were encouraging him. After a long walk, Tomas reached a small clearing. In the center of the clearing lay a circle of old stones. They were worn smooth by time and covered in green moss. In the middle of the stone circle, a faint glow caught his eye, and one of the stones was a symbol that matched the markings on his silver key. His heart beat faster, and he realized that he was on the right path. Signs of old magic were all around him. Tomas left the clearing and followed a narrow, winding path that led him deeper into the forest. The trees grew thicker here, and the light of the sun barely touched the ground. He moved slowly, taking in every detail: the gentle murmur of a hidden book, the distant sound of creatures moving in the undergrowth, and the soft hum of ancient magic that seemed to fill the air. In these moments, he spoke little. Instead, he listened to the quiet music of the forest, letting the mysterious sounds guide him. As dusk came, the forest changed. Shadows grew long, and the cool night air wrapped around him like a cloak. The moon and stars peeked through the gaps in the tree canopy, and the silver key in his hand began to glow with a soft light. It's as if the key was alive and urging him forward. Tomas felt both fear and excitement as he continued on, aware that he was stepping into a realm where few had ventured. After a long, steady climb up a steep hill, Tomas came upon a great stone archway. It stood alone among the trees, ancient and proud. It was covered in twisting vines. The surface of the archway was etched with symbols and patterns that glowed faintly in the moonlight. Tomas's heart pounded as he recognized one of the symbols from his key. He knew that this archway was the hidden door spoken of in legends. Tomas stepped closer to the archway. Near its base, he found a small carved recess that looks like a keyhole. The shape of the keyhole matched his key perfectly, and with trembling hands he inserted it. For a long, silent moment, nothing happened. The forest seemed to hold its breath as the key sat in the stone. Then the key began to glow more brightly. Light spread slowly over the carved symbols, and the stone archway started to change. The door opened, bit by bit, revealing a hidden path that led into a land bathed in soft, golden light. Stepping through the open door, Tomas found himself in a secret kingdom unlike anything he had ever seen. The hidden land was full of vibrant colors and gentle magic. Tall, ancient trees stretched toward the sky, their leaves glowing with pale light. Flowers of many kinds bloomed in every color, and a clear, sparkling river flowed peacefully through the valley. Yet as beautiful as this place was, Tomas sensed a deep sadness. The land seemed to be missing something, an essential light that once made it truly shine. In the heart of the kingdom, Tomas discovered a great tree. The tree was so enormous, its trunk so wide, that it would have taken many people holding hands to encircle it. Its branches reached high into the sky, and its leaves carried a faint, tired glow. Near the base of the tree was a small hidden hollow with a keyhole that was the same shape as his silver key. Tomas realized that this great tree was the source of the kingdom's magic. The heart that once beat with vibrant life. The tree had lost its light, and with it, the magic of the land was fading. Tomas sat down by the tree and held the silver key in his hands once more. He remembered the old legends of his grandmother and understood the purpose. This key was not given to him by chance. It was meant to restore the light of the forgotten kingdom. After a long moment of quiet thought, he stood, walked towards the tree. The silence of the land was deep, filled only with the soft rustling of leaves and the distant murmur of the river. With careful hands, Tomas inserted the silver key into the matching keyhole at the base of the tree. First, nothing seemed to change. Then a warm glow began to seep from the keyhole, spreading slowly along the trunk and up into the branches. The tree's leaves shimmered brighter, and the faint glow grew into a strong and gentle light. The magic of the kingdom stirred as a warm wind swept through the land, carrying the light to every corner. As the light returned to the tree, the hidden kingdom came alive once more. Flowers opened wider, the river sparked with renewed energy, and the tree seemed to stand taller. In that moment, Tomas felt a deep power of magic flowing through the land, his heart filled with hope, knowing that he had helped to restore the light to a place that has long been forgotten. Soon after, a figure appeared near the tree, a gentle spirit of the forest. The spirit was old and kind, with a calm presence that filled Tomas with peace. Though the spirit spoke very little, its eyes and the soft nod of his head expressed gratitude and understanding. Tomas did not need many words to know that the spirit was thankful for his courage and his pure heart. In that silent moment, Tomas felt a bond with the ancient magic of the land, a promise that the kingdom would continue to thrive. The hidden kingdom slowly returned to its former beauty. The magic flowed like a soft river through the land, and it seems as though the lost people of the kingdom might one day return to rebuild their home. Tomas spent a little more time in the kingdom, walking around the glowing trees, listening to the whispered stories of the stones, and feeling the strength of renewed magic. He knew that this adventure had changed him. The light of the kingdom now lived in his heart as well. When the time came, Tomas bade farewell to the secret land. The spirit touched his hand in a silent blessing, and Tomas felt a warm promise that he could return whenever the kingdom needed him. With the silver key still warm in his pocket, he stepped back through the archway as he left the door closed behind him. But the soft, bright light of the hidden kingdom remained in his memory. Returning to his village, Tomas was not quite the same young man who had once walked the edge of the forest. His eyes shone with a quiet light, and a deep calm had settled within him. He rarely spoke of his journey, yet those who saw him sensed that he carried a secret of magic, hope, and the power of a kind heart. Sometimes when the moon shone bright over the whispering woods, the villagers thought they could hear a soft, magical whisper in the wind, a reminder that light and magic could be found in even the darkest of places. Years passed, and Tomas grew older, yet he never forgot the lessons of the silver key. The key had taught him that courage and hope could bring back even the most lost magic. The hidden kingdom, with its ancient tree and gentle spirit, became a cherished memory and a guiding light for him. His quiet determination not only restored a forgotten land, but also kindled a small spark of magic in his own life. In the end, the story of the Silver Key spread slowly among the people of Vale. It was a tale of bravery and wonder, a story that reminded everyone that sometimes the unknown hides great beauty and power. The Silver Key had unlocked more than just an old door, it unlocked the promise of hope. And every time the moon shone over the whispering woods, one could almost hear the soft whisper of magic, carrying a message that even in darkness, the light was never truly lost. Tomas's journey was a reminder to all who heard the tale that one small act of courage can restore what seems to be lost forever, and that sometimes the magic in the world is hidden just beyond the edge of what we know. If you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know what kind of video you want me to cover next. Cheers.